You know that feeling, right? That sudden sinking feeling in your stomach when you hear a weird noise or see a leak in your house. It is stressful, it's a huge pain, and it always seems to happen at the worst possible time. Well, today we're going to talk about how to deal with those home repair nightmares, especially if you're a homeowner right here in Orlando.
I mean, picture this. It's the middle of the night, and you're jolted awake by the sound of gushing water. You stumble into the kitchen, and it looks like a swimming pool. Your first thought? Pure panic. And your second thought is probably, who on earth is going to answer their phone right now? That is exactly the kind of situation we're diving into.
And hey, it's not just about exploding faucets, is it? A homeowner's worst nightmare could be anything. It could be an electrical outlet that starts sparking during one of our classic Florida thunderstorms, or a front door that just decides it won't lock anymore, leaving you feeling totally exposed. These are the moments that need a fast, smart solution.
Now, when disaster strikes, our first instincts can sometimes be our worst enemy. We might see a little drip and think, I'll get to it later, hoping it'll just go away. Or, we pull up some random video online, grab a wrench, and think, how hard can this really be? And, if it's a Saturday, the urge to just wait it out till Monday is so strong. But trust me, these reactions can end up costing you big time. And that leads us right here to the real consequences of making those mistakes. See, waiting or trying some risky DIY project, it's not just about being inconvenienced for a little while. We're talking about serious financial risks, and even more importantly, we're talking about your family's safety. Let's break down what that actually looks like.
Check out this real-world example of how badly things can go. So, a homeowner decides to tackle an outlet fix themselves, probably just trying to save a few bucks. Well, that little decision turned what should have been a simple $150 repair into a $3,000 electrical panel replacement. That's how fast a small job can spiral into a total financial disaster. So really, when something goes wrong, you've got two paths you can go down. Path number one is paved with stress, a huge risk of making the damage even worse, and costs that you just can't predict. Path number two, though, that one leads to peace of mind, knowing the problem is contained and that the fix is being done safely by a pro. When you lay it out side by side like this, the better option is kind of a no-brainer, right?
Okay, so if we can all agree that calling a professional is the clear winner, the big question becomes, who do you call? For those of us living in Orlando, the search often points to a local expert who's really built a solid reputation for handling these exact kinds of problems.
Let's start with something that really matters: trust. TJ Handyman Services has been out there in the trenches fixing homes right here in Orlando since 2012. Think about that. That's more than a decade of hands-on experience building a rock-solid reputation for being reliable and doing quality work in our community. And that local experience, that is absolutely critical. A home in Orlando deals with stuff you just don't see everywhere else. The crazy humidity, those afternoon thunderstorms that pop up out of nowhere. Not to mention the different building styles you see from an old home in Winter Park to a brand new build out in Lake Nona. You need someone who gets that, not just some generic one-size-fits-all service.
Let me tell you a quick story about a homeowner, Mrs. Chen, over in Dr. Phillips. She had a plumbing emergency on a Sunday morning, right before a big family party was supposed to kick off. The technician from TJ's was there in 90 minutes, got the whole thing fixed in 30, and the party went on without a hitch. It's a perfect example of how a fast response isn't just about the repair, it's about saving the day.
But look, their value isn't just about those middle-of-the-night panic calls. Their expertise covers a whole range of home services, making them a complete solution for pretty much anything you need.
What I really like is how transparent their system is. They break down issues by urgency. A right now emergency, they're there in 1 to 2 hours to stop the damage. A same-day issue gets you quick help without those crazy emergency fees. And something that can wait, that's a this week problem, which means better planning and standard pricing. This system lets you know exactly what to expect.
And here's where you see the full picture of what they can do. I mean, it's everything from drywall repair after a storm and painting to putting in new flooring or even doing a full kitchen or bathroom remodel. But they also handle all those small things on your to-do list that you never get around to, like assembling furniture or just seasonal maintenance.
But you want to know the smartest approach of all? Avoiding the emergency in the first place. And that's where preventative maintenance is an absolute game changer. You schedule a regular home checkup, they can spot those tiny issues, that little drip under the sink, that weird noise the AC is making, before they explode into a crisis. This is how you avoid those future 2 a.m. panic calls.
So, when you need help, whether it's a full-blown emergency, a big remodeling project you're dreaming about, or just some smart preventative maintenance, the next step is super simple.
Okay, this is the crucial info right here. For any emergency or even just to get an estimate on a project, the number to call is 321-424-8590. Seriously, my advice, don't wait until you're standing in a puddle of water. Pull out your phone and save that number right now. You can also check out their website at tjhandymanservicesllc.com to see everything they offer.
So let me just leave you with this one thought. For most of us, our home is the biggest investment we will ever make. Protecting it isn't something you should leave to chance or a frantic middle-of-the-night Google search. Having a trusted, reliable, local pro on speed dial, that is one of the smartest decisions any homeowner can ever make.